In this video, we are going to be taking a look at every single secret and hidden mystery in Build a Boat for Treasure on Roblox. There's a lot of hidden mysteries, myths inside of the game of Build a Boat over the past few years, sightings of weird creatures, ghosts, secret areas, and more that just don't make any sense. So in this video, we're going to be revealing all of them. So make sure to stay tuned to the very end. Also be sure to like the video and subscribe, and let's hop straight into the first one. Starting off, we have the tall figure from the Build a Boat for Treasure incident. This all started from a creepypasta that came up about 6 months ago called the Dark Figure, and it goes on to talk about how they encountered a tall figure in Build a Boat for Treasure when they made the private server called Help Me. There's a whole scary story on this. It's out there. People have made creepypasta videos going over it, and it is quite a spooky story. There's been many sightings in different Build a Boat games. In fact, I've had a few of my own. But basically, this is a giant creepypasta. The developers never actually announced that this was getting added to the game at any point, and it is definitely one of the more creepy ones we're gonna go over in this video, and it has just recently started to resurface again, and players are starting to see sightings once again. But honestly, guys, I don't think this is actually real, but it is quite interesting and definitely has a place in the Build a Boat for Treasure mysteries. So let's go ahead and get into the next. And I just want to point out, for that last one we went over, players were only encountering this inside of private servers named Help Me, because that is from the original creepypasta of someone made the private server Help Me, and that's where they encountered the tall figure. So it is definitely up there with some Build a Boat for Treasure mysteries. But this next one I'm gonna go over was actually put into the game by developers, and it kind of is like the tall figure, but just a little bit different. And that is Bigfoot inside of Build a Boat. This was secretly added to the game in an update that was, I believe, in 2020, where you could actually encounter Bigfoot around the spawn points of Build a Boat Treasure. If you actually got close to Bigfoot when you encountered him, your screen would turn blurry and you couldn't ever get a clear picture of Bigfoot or see what it looks like. This thing was super hard to come across, and in fact, to this day, they've never actually announced that it got added, and they've never actually announced that they removed it from the game. But for those of you guys that think this might be fake or it wasn't actually a thing, it was real, because they did actually have a code that you could redeem. Because every time you found a Bigfoot around the map, which is, by the way, an extremely small chance of actually encountering Bigfoot, I believe it was probably up there with like a 1 in 1,000 chance. I mean, it was literally that rare. But if you did encounter them, it would leave behind a footprint with a code on it, and that code you could redeem inside of the shop for some free items. And by the way, the Bigfoot codes were some of the best codes we've ever got. But it did kind of remind me of the tall figure, and that's what I thought players were actually seeing at first. I thought that they actually put Bigfoot back inside of the game, and that's what players were encountering. But no, the tall figure is something completely different. There hasn't been any recent Bigfoot sightings, but it is still possible that it could be in the game to this day, because they never actually announced that they have removed it. So if you've been ever wandering around Build a Boat for Treasure and your screen randomly starts to turn blurry, then you know Bigfoot has just been spawned near you. So just next time you're playing Build a Boat for Treasure, just keep an extra eye out and always be aware of your surroundings. And the next one we have on the list is the Yeti, which is just like Bigfoot, but it was actually added inside of the Christmas update, which once again, it spawned around the map of Build a Boat for Treasure, leaving behind a footprint that you could actually claim codes with inside of the game. But this worked just like Bigfoot. Before the Christmas update, we had the Halloween update. Bigfoot was inside of it. Christmas update came around and players started to spot the Yeti. But both the Yeti and Bigfoot haven't been spotted for probably 2 to 3 years now, so it's been quite some time. But once again, if you've been looking around Build a Boat, you never know. Maybe there is still Bigfoot inside of the game. But let's hop into our next one. And the next Build a Boat mystery we're going to be getting into is the Zeg. Now, this might actually sound very familiar because there's actually a Zeg boss fight in Build a Boat for Treasure. In fact, there's many secrets hidden inside of the game right now that we're inside of, pointing at Zeg inside of the game. Inside of some of the stages, if you look close enough, pretty much in all of the stages, not all of them, but majority of the stages inside of the game, you can see a silhouette, an outline, or just an integration of Zeg in pretty much any stage. But you have to look close enough because they get very creative with it every time. There's even a fan-made game by Skeleton Ryan, who's a contributor inside of Build-A-Boat, which is a game dedicated towards Zegs. And, well, there's actually many hidden secrets within this game, and of course, the boss fight, in which you can actually claim free items inside of the actual game, is right through that portal. But there's actually many secrets inside of here that I think you all should go explore for yourself, because there's some very interesting ones, and a few of them could actually be pointing into future Build-A-Boat for Treasure updates, but I'll let you go ahead and explore that on your own. In fact, I just joined a random server, and I guarantee I can find a secret with Zeg, and I haven't even checked the stages yet. Actually, I'm gonna encounter one of the original secrets with it, and that's in the arcade stage, which you guys can see inside the Zeg arcade machine. If you play that machine right there, you actually can get the Zeg plushie, but I think there's another one that's not only inside of that arcade right there, but there's another one inside of this other stage, and that's if I could actually survive this arcade stage right here. This stage is brutal. So this next stage is the baseball stage? Yes it is, and you guys can see once again there's the Zeg hidden right there. So he's hinted at a lot inside of Build-A-Boat for Treasure within the stages. So as I mentioned, the next time you're launching your boat, just be on the lookout and keep an eye open, because you might be able to see it. Now this next one has actually been removed from the game, but it is definitely one of the saddest on the list, and that is the removal of Orange Team. Believe it or not, Orange Team used to be a team inside of Build-A-Boat, but later replaced by the Magenta team. There used to be a hidden memorial on the team plots where if you actually went to this tree right here and you clicked this exact branch, a secret wall would open up from this terrain, and it would reveal a memorial for Orange Team itself, and this is what it looked like. Well, this right here is what Orange Team actually looked like when it was first added to the game, and then this right here was the Orange Team memorial, which you guys could see there was a hidden chest location inside of there, and it was just a little memorial for Orange Team. We need Orange Team back, guys. We need it back. If you did not play the Halloween update that came out to Build-A-Boat this year, there's actually a hidden Easter egg within the candy houses. Well, basically, if you walk up to these houses, you can get candy inside of the game, but there's a very small chance that a hand might grab you from the door, take you underneath the map, and then you will oop. A lot of players suspect that this hand could belong to the skeleton boss. The skeleton boss is actually introduced to the game in one of the first ever Halloween updates that ever got added, and you guys can see this is what the hand looks like, and you can also tell by the hands on there that it definitely looks like the skeleton boss. Now, we did defeat the skeleton boss in one of the year's Halloween updates, but if the hand is still grabbing us, does that mean that the skeleton boss is actually still inside of the game? Who knows? We might be seeing him inside of a future update. Maybe next year's Halloween update we defeat the skeleton boss once and for all, or maybe that's not the skeleton boss, and maybe that's just a different hand. But that hand that comes out of the trick-or-treat houses looks almost identical to the skeleton boss. Comment down below what you guys think about that. But if you guys have any other Build-A-Boat for Treasure mystery, secret, or myth, go ahead and comment it down below, because there may be a few that I did miss in this video. So comment down below. Also, be sure to drop a big thumbs up, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all inside of the next one. Peace out, and goodbye.